Going, guys? Welcome back to Arm Pitching Development. We are working on building torque through core rotation tonight. We're just going to go over a few different exercises that will help, one, feel how to use your core, and two, how to build into creating torque out of that. First thing, going through the band. I always kind of like to start with something that has resistance, not so much strength behind it. One, kind of loosen up your movements. Two, to really feel where you're trying to emphasize what you're working on. So with the band core rotations, all you're going to do is walk out as far as you can with a controllable resistance. For me, for older guys, I would say right at that point, you're going to take one more step, and then from there you're going to hold, work back, and then back out, and then work back slow. With these, I'm not a real big fan on having a set amount. It's about taking yourself to where you are physically and trying to advance from that point. So for me, what I'm trying to do is get to the point where I don't feel like I can control the band back as well as I did through the first few of the reps. After I get to that point, it's just hold until you feel yourself start to give out a little bit. Through these exercises, you want to make sure to hit both sides. Always train symmetry rather than just the side that you work from as far as your dominant hand. After going through the band workout, we're going to go into the med ball throws. I like to work from back side first and then going back into the front side. So what we'll do is a reverse wood chopper, and you're going to get in a split stance, probably about arm's length away from the wall. Have your weight centered through your hips, and we're going to work from your front hip and try to keep your eye on the ball as you work it back and through. So one of the things you want to really kind of pay attention to when you're working through these exercises is not only how much torque you can create through your rotation, but be able to maintain your balance, be able to maintain your body control as you do it. So it's controlling your body weight rather than just flying it around. Then we're going to work into front wood choppers. So the idea is the same as far as your pattern of your movement. So all you're going to do is turn around and then work back to where you felt yourself finishing your reverse wood chopper. And then from that point, you're just going to start, work the core back just a little bit further, and then feel that being what brings everything through the wall. On our forward wood choppers, one thing I want to kind of pay attention to is staying through our finish. So rather than just starting from your backside and crossing through, working from your backside in a diagonal plane out in front, and then following forward from there, allowing the chest to work through the wall behind the ball rather than continue to fall off to the side. Once we got a good feel for what we're trying to do with our body as far as the plane of motion we're trying to work our core through, you're going to let yourself work back a little bit further and kind of start building momentum up into that throw. So whereas in the wood choppers, it's all about keeping your feet stagnant and allowing the core to work back and forth. Now we want to start putting a little more energy into it while trying to feel the same thing as far as where we're using our energy from. As you go to walk into this throw, you want to start with the ball up over your shoulder so that when you go into the motion of the throw, it's from the core working in where you're starting rather than trying to build up a bunch of extra movement up until that point. So one thing to keep in mind on these med ball throws is what kind of weight you want to use. It's not all about how heavy the ball is and how hard you can throw that heavy ball. You're not going to get much out of throwing a ball that's too heavy as hard as you can. It slows down your movements rather than speeds them up. So if you're trying to work on the strength of your movements, you're going to go a little bit heavier with less reps. If you're trying to work on momentum and speed build up with your movements, you're going to go a little bit lighter ball, a little bit more reps. Now once we got a good feel for how we're trying to build torque working out through our target, now we want to try to work on feeling it go through our finish. So what we're going to be in is another split stance. And we're going to start with the ball up as all the others. Now when you go through the throw, we're going to keep everything the same as far as how we're going to start working back and through with the backside, and then using that to drive the ball out in front. But instead of going through the wall, we're going to keep the chest up as we work the ball down and through the ground, as if we were working over our front leg and finishing through our pitch over our front side. From there, you kind of want to work into the finish of these exercises. I like to do them in a series and then kind of work through a build-up. From there, you kind of just want to go into building up more tempo in your conditioning with these movements and just try to work on your endurance as you work through building up core strength. So we're going to work into a side stance, and this is just about working side to side fast as you can. I would put it on a timer rather than sets, so about 30 seconds. Start on one on your right hip, working the ball up and over, and then down through your left foot. Ground the ball back up, working back through. And like I said, back and forth, no pause, as quick as you can. To finish up, we're gonna go with a 3-point wall drill with a harder med ball. You want something that's gonna bounce back, kind of like if you're using a basketball. And the whole idea here is you wanna be out of energy, not able to do anymore to finish up and be able to call it a day. What you'll do is kind of test out the ball, see how far you want to be from it, so we're not messing with it. We're gonna cross the feet at the ankles, and as if you were doing a Russian twist, you're gonna work from your right side out through the wall. Catch, bring back down, catch from the left side, out through the wall. After you've gone through side to side, give yourself about a 30-second, 1-minute break. After that, you're just gonna burn out through the front of the wall, just back and forth. Like I said, with the 3-point drill, we are trying to work speed, tempo to exhaustion. So give yourself a time, but if you do, every time you want to work past that time a little bit more, build up more and more strength through your exercise until you really don't have anything else to give there.